Hi, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Ask Elly, Intuitive Insights and Your Questions Answered. Today, July 7th of 2021, we're going to be talking about numerology. We'll talk a tad about astrology, and then we're going to move into some questions that have been submitted. And then we're going to head out and talk about dream interpretation and the subconscious mind. So that's the agenda for today. So we'll start with numerology this morning because it is July 7th of 2021. And good morning to those people who have entered the live studio. Good morning, good morning. Sending you all love and blessings. I'm so happy to have you here today. And so today, July 7th, 2021, I do my numerology a little bit different than a lot of I'm just going to call them spiritual teachers or online numerologists. And I don't really know where people who are doing their numerology online get their information from because I follow the ancient Chaldean numerology system. So the Chaldeans who lived in the 10th century before Christ, of whom Abraham from the Bible is said to have been a direct descendant, the Chaldeans created a very highly sophisticated system of numerology. And this system is still regarded as the best by many Western authorities on and people who do numerology. And according to the ancient Chaldean calendar of numerology, today is 7/7/2021. We add the numbers across. 7 and 7 is 14, and then we would add that 14 and 2 is 16. Another 2 for 21. 18 plus 1 is 19. Now, the Chaldeans worked in the single and double system. And of course, they had all of their information laid out in their manuscripts that were preserved. And so we have learned that the 19 is known as the Prince of Heaven. And what that means for the Chaldeans was that this is one of the most fortunate and favorable of all compound numbers. It is symbolized as the sun and called the Prince of Heaven because it indicates victory over temporal failure and disappointment. And it blesses people who are born on this day or whose name adds up to the 19 and who do personal ventures. So today, if there's anything that you want to start doing and you want to undertake something special, well, today's a great day to do that as it is symbolized by the 19th and Prince of Heaven. So it's a wonderful day. And if you believe in portals opening, that's a whole other conversation that gets into New Age spirituality. And we're not going to go down that path today about New Age spirituality and the 7/7 portal. But again, you want to look at who's teaching that, where that information is coming from, and then decide for yourself if it's something that you want to adopt and believe in or not. Up to you, always up to us. Good morning, Josie, entering the studio live. So, um, the other fabulous day, now we're going to talk a little bit of astrology. Astrologically, we've got two really wonderful days happening this week. We have Venus square Taurus tomorrow. So now, Venus square, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I apologize. It is a Venus square, but it's Taurus in Uranus. So it's a Venus square Uranus tomorrow. And there's going to be excitement and people need to have freedom on this day. So there will be some tensions mounting. And even though it is a glorious day, if you do feel tension and you have this urge to have freedom, just trust it and follow your inner guidance and go do something that you find freeing. I mean, why not, right? And then my favorite day for the rest of this week is the new moon in Cancer on Friday, July 9th. Now, on this day, we have this day is really cool because not only is the new moon in Cancer, but we have Uranus is in very cool angle to the sun and to the new moon. Then with Neptune supporting the new moon on this particular day, we have heightened creativity. And if you're looking for romance, it is going to be a good day to get yourself out there or do some affirmations or create some sort of feeling so that you can bring romance into your life. And on top of that, Venus and Mars are conjuncting in Leo. So this is going to be really great. They've been come together once every 2 years. They're coming together on the 9th on the new moon. So this is really a wonderful day for romance and getting yourself out there and creating. Now, on this new moon, there has been so much energy accumulating from before with the eclipses and a lot of storms emotionally. There's been something going on. And of course, we there have been solar flares and again, we tap into the collective consciousness, so we really don't know all of the things that we've been picking up or what we're picking up as humans. However, it has been a very tumultuous couple of weeks from the beginning with the Mercury retrograde and just having gone through that. And a lot of clients have shared with me they felt such a huge inner shift, like almost a cleansing or a clearing that has happened for them. It's almost as if, well, they've come out of the storm. And so I can totally understand that. And one of the things that I've created specifically for July 9th is a white light blessing. The white light blessing is here now to solidify, to clear the energy on that day. So if anybody is interested in a white light blessing, please drop me an email. There are only a few slots left. I only do this on certain auspicious days of the year, and July 9th is going to be another one of these days. I'm going to read you the first question that I received, which is part of this storm. And it said, "Hi, Elly. I have had so many inner shifts these past few weeks out of the storm of the eclipses. Now I'm feeling polished and anew, a sense of calm and surrender of what the future holds for my career and relationships. I was curious if you could provide some insights to income opportunities on the horizon while some of the bigger projects are unfolding. Thank you and much love." All right, there's an interesting story to this particular question that was submitted this morning, and that is that I know the person who submitted the question, and I happen to have been thinking about this person this morning, and then I walked to my bookcase. And this is all before getting her email. And then I walked to my bookcase, and the first book that I see that really was popping out at me was a book that she had gifted me this past year. And I was like, wow, that's so interesting. So that here I am thinking about her. Her book pops out. Well, obviously, I had her on the radar. So therefore, I would pay attention to her book. And then to hear from her a few hours later, again, this is the power of telepathy. And this is the power of paying attention to telepathy. So, how many times have you thought about somebody just to have them show up, email you, or that you actually run into them? So, again, I just love telepathy. I love being aware of telepathy. I love being aware of synchronicities and meaningful coincidences. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so and now I want to answer her question. So just to answer her question, SH out of NYC, guess what? You've got some really good news coming. You are out of the storm. You got to trust your intuition on this. It has been tumultuous. There has been a very, very heavy energy on us these last few weeks. This energy has lifted. I'm sure everybody can feel it. And there are two sources of income coming for you. And they're coming, I'm going to call them, I'm not going to say unexpected, only there are two sources of income coming from two opposite directions, meaning that sometimes we think that the money's coming from something that we know, and well, it could be stocks and this kind of increase, but I'm getting, well, you know what? These are going to be in this income is coming from two very different sources, almost like opposite extremes, and just be open to these opportunities. These will happen within the next this could be 2 weeks from now. I don't feel that it's 2 months. It feels as if it's a lot sooner. Okay, now, again, good time. There are opportunities opening for you that are coming in from, I'm going to call it abroad. Put it like this. I'm seeing it coming from a distance. So there will be travel involved with these opportunities, not necessarily for you, but the people who are coming to you, who are presenting you these. You have a contract that's going to get signed, and then you have divine protection. All of this is being brought in through, let's call it angelic forces. So this looks really good. Now, there is someone who wants to be in your life, and it feels as if this person who wants to be in your life may not be the best person for you. So now I'd like you to then trust your intuition on this. And if you feel that this is a heavy energy for you, or that you feel that you're just with this person because you feel bad for them or sorry for them, and they've gone into a space of victimization, looking to win your love or your attention by being a victim. What I'm getting over here is step aside, don't heal them. That's not your business. Let them go. Move away from this particular person and embrace this new energy that I'm seeing around you. This is a very dynamic person. He likes to plant. Now, I'm talking about planting metaphorically, and it could also be spiritual. I mean, it could also be literally that he does like to plant, only I'm seeing him liking to plant. He has income. He enjoys increasing his income. He's money focused in terms of really wanting to accumulate his wealth for the benefit of mankind. I'm also seeing that there's something here that feels very organic, and I'm talking about like organic plants. So not like, oh, an organic relationship. I'm seeing something here that looks very organic in terms of it will happen naturally. And there are plants around here also. So I'm not clear what this is all about, but it is organic, meaning plants, organic, healthy, whole, and it's just beautiful. So this is coming for you. You have your divine masters watching over you. You have your angel watching over you. I'm going to just say, watch your self-talk, put yourself on a healthy mental diet in terms of what you're telling yourself, and go for it and embrace the time that is coming ahead, because you have literally stepped out of your storm. Okay, very cool. If anybody has any questions, comments, any questions that they want to ask about their own life, this would be a wonderful time to do it. So now, while you get your questions, either call in or type them in, I wanted to talk to you about someone who submitted a dream, because this had me go on to this entire dream interpretation. Hi, Elly. I dreamt I was working on a train with a friend, and we were going somewhere, and there were mountains around us and valleys, and it was very beautiful. The scenery was beautiful, and we were both working on the train and having a really good time. So it's like, oh, wow, that's a really cool dream. So let's take a look at some of the information about this particular dream. All right. So we know a lot about dreams, and we do know that dreams are the language of the subconscious mind. So this is how the subconscious can reach us. Now, again, learning to interpret it. So first of all, you have to remember your dreams, number one. Number two, you got to take really good notes and write them down. They've got to be recorded. Number three, you're the best source of interpreting your dreams. So you can talk to somebody else about your dream who may know a little bit about dream interpretation, but it is ultimately you who is the interpreter of the dream because you know all of the circumstances that are going on in your life. Every dream is unique, and while the symbols may be common symbols that one can look up, and the images, the emotions, that part, the images we can look up in plenty of dream books and dream guides. But it is, again, the metaphors, and it is all of the stuff that we see around us. So, in this particular dream, what I wanted to talk about over here is the just looking at some of the what this person told me. So it was they're friends, and they are on a train together. So to interpret this dream, you'd really want to write out the whole thing. Okay, here we are, we're traveling on a train. So trains have there's a couple of really great resources available online that you can look at. One of them is Dream Moods, DreamMoods.com. So Dream Moods, the app, which is a wonderful, wonderful app that you could just look up your dream and see what it is in there. Now, remember, you don't want to take it verbatim because there's a lot of other things that happen in the dream. But again, the train, you'd want to look up the train. Then you may want to look up the type of train because different trains have different meanings. So you want to look up the train. And then there's Dream Moods. And then there's also another pretty good app that is available, which is called Dream Bible. So these give us good interpretations also. Then, if that doesn't work for you, other things that you can go do is actually just look up symbolism of a train. I mean, if you have a symbol book or you have an old iconography book, any book that has the definition of symbols in there for whatever you're using it for, this is a great resource guide. Then you look up your symbols. So in this particular dream, the train is movement. So it symbolizes movement. And these two people they're both working on a passenger train. So according to Dream Moods, the passenger train is indicative of mental work. So the dreamer in this particular case, is doing a lot of mental work. And so what does that look like, mental work? Well, that could be affirmations. It could be going on a mental diet, which I am going to talk to you about in a few minutes, time permitting. And so doing a lot of mental work. Now, the fact that they're working on the train together has the dreamer saying, hey, you know what? We want to create a relationship. We want to go forward. We want to have movement. And look at the direction that they're going. They're passing beautiful valleys, and they're passing mountains. So again, valleys and mountains, those are symbolic of the ups and downs of life. As in any relationships have ups and downs. So I find this dream absolutely fascinating. So these two people, so the dreamer is looking at creating this movement, creating this relationship, moving forward in this relationship with this particular person. He's working on the relationship. He's doing mental work on the relationship, and he recognizes that there are ups and downs to his situation, but he's moving forward. Now, this particular dreamer did not ask me for any psychic advice, but I'm going to just share what came up as I was looking, and they don't have to listen to it or anything. But I'm going to predict this because then we can always go back and say, hey, this is what happened. So one of the things that I'm seeing over here is that I'm actually seeing that these two are going to create a relationship, and that he's going to get some good news that's going to make him very happy. And then I'm also seeing that the other person of this dream, she is concerned about him. She's worried about him for some reason. Not sure why she's worried about him, only he's going to hold his own. He's going to continue to do his mental work and hold steady and keep strong and staying focused. And he's going to really be able to create this relationship for the he's going to create the relationship, and she wants the relationship also, only I'm seeing that she does not have the skills to create the relationship the way that he does. And so the outcome of this is a created relationship. They will move forward on this journey, and time will tell where they are going and where the train will come to an end. Unless it's like one of those movies where the train never stops. Okay, anyway, so much for that particular dream and my psychic interpretation of what's coming for them. Good morning, Josie. Okay. Good morning, Ellie. My children are selling their home. She's hoping to get it sold quickly. Will they get what they're asking? I told her to place white roses in her home. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Great advice, Josie. You know that you and I go back a ways over here, so we both know that putting white roses in the home clears the energy of all negativity, not just just clears the energy of negativity that comes in perhaps from people looking at the home, and it just any sort of fears get cleaned out. So having white roses, fresh white roses, keeping them in the home is a really wonderful idea. Okay, now this, Josie, this gets into the mental work. So there's always the mental work, but there's always some tips and tools that real estate people love to use. And one of those is to go get a statue, a little statue of Saint Joseph, and put him upside down in the front of the house, towards the entranceway. Put him in the ground upside down and let him do his work. Then once the home is sold and they are ready to move, they take their Saint Joseph with them and thank him for the work that he has done, and they put him in the kitchen of their new home. So that is one thing. It's a real estate tip, and hey, you don't have to do it, but having St. Joseph around for selling your home is a wonderful little tip and tool. The other thing that I'm going to suggest is that they sage their home as often as possible after people who have come to see it have left. Okay, saging always clears the energy, and it's really wonderful. Now, the biggest and most important thing for them is that they go on what I call the mental diet. The mental diet is where we actually I didn't coin it the mental diet. Emmett Fox did, but I call it the mental diet. Just going alongside with Emmett Fox. Now, the mental diet is when we go on a diet of controlling our thoughts and directing them to what it is that we want. This is different than affirmations, because affirmations are often mindless and we just repeat these affirmations over and over again. I sell my home easily. I sell my home effortlessly. These are great affirmations. Affirmations work when a person attaches the emotion to the words that they're speaking. So no matter if you're selling your home or you're looking for a job or a career or clients or a romantic partner, you want to attach the feeling to the words that you're speaking. So, if your daughter can hold the focus and say, hey, we now have this house sold for our asking price and we sell it quickly, and they've got to remove a conversation that is showing up to the right, which is, and you'll have to confirm this with me, that there is some sort of fear that they have missed this market has been going crazy and people have been selling their homes over asking, and some of these homes haven't even been hitting, there's a shortage. And so some of these homes haven't even been hitting the real estate market. So if it's really important, Josie, that she not have any thoughts like, oh my, did we miss it? Did we miss it? Did we miss it? So you want to bring them, refocus them to the house sells easily and effortlessly. The home is going to go. We're moving and everything is all systems go. And we're going to get our price and the house sells to wonderful people. Okay. Now, I'm seeing that there's a couple of things that I'm going to suggest that they do. First of all, besides the white flowers, I do suggest that they sage, which we talked about, and also the St. Anthony, not a St. Anthony, I'm sorry, St. Joseph statue, that they get the St. Joseph statue and plant him in the front entrance of the home, and then remember to dig him up and take him with them when they move. So, the biggest thing that I'm seeing here, Josie, is that somebody, and I don't know if who this somebody is around them, somebody has a fear that going on that they're not going to get it, they're not going to get what they want, they're not going to get what they ask. That is a fear that I'm picking up from somebody, not sure who that person is. Redirect those thoughts and say, you know what? No, our timing is great. This is the perfect timing. We now have the perfect buyer for our home, somebody who loves our home, appreciates our home, and really, really wants to live here and have a happy family as we did. And what I'm seeing, or as we do, and as we had in this home. So I am seeing a joyous family moving into this home, and I'm seeing it within the next 10. So now this could go very quickly. It could happen within the next 10 days. Um, I'm not going to say 10. I don't see it happening within 10 weeks. Within a month, the house will be sold. There will be some news happening over here with the number 10. There will be some news happening with the number 4. That could be the 14th. It could be 10 and 4. So there is going to be something. They are going to have an offer. It is going to be wonderful. They'll have 2 offers, and she's going to take the highest one, and it goes easily and effortlessly. Like I said, go back and put your white flowers, your sage, your St. Anthony. Oh God, sorry, your St. Joseph statue. Okay, and again, depending on your belief system, using a little bit of holy water is always wonderful too. You can get some holy water, go to the local church, get some holy water, and sprinkle it around the house. Also, it really raises the vibration and the frequency. And then have them use white candles when they're either alone in the house, and the clients have the people have gone through, finished walking out. Okay, all right. I think that about does it for the home. Anything else over there, Josie? Any other question about that? Or I'll give you a chance to type. All right. Okay. So, really quickly, as we're coming to the end of our call today, with dream and going back to dream interpretation, one of the things that I have always taught in dream interpretation is to write down the dream and then, go take a marker or a highlighter and mark up all of your nouns. Okay, your nouns are the name of people, places, and things. So you may want to mark up nouns, highlight them, highlight your adverbs. They describe your verbs. Okay, your verbs are the action words. So take a train, for example. You'd want to highlight take. All right, a train. And so you're going to find out that we were going through mountains and valleys. Okay, so then the more that you pay attention to all of the nouns. Okay, what does the mountain stand for? What does the valley stand for? Going through, passing through. We're just passing through. We're headed to, we're working. Okay, catch the language in here. Oh, so we were working on a train. So you see, they're working on the relationship. They're working on creating the relation. They're working on creating this relationship. They're not letting the dreamer at least, is not allowing the relationship to unfold by default, meaning that it's just going to randomly happen the way that it happens when nobody takes mental control over what's going on in their life. And so we always have to, no matter what we're doing, The key to having a very successful life in anything that you do is taking control of your thoughts and directing them into the area that you want them to be in and what you want to have. Brian Tracy once said, Brian Tracy is a successful business entrepreneur, and he once said to somebody, oh, I have this and I have this. And the person he was talking to said, well, Brian, you don't have that yet. And Brian, that's a lie. And then Brian said, no, that's not true. I'm talking about me in the future. And so, again, it's all relative, how I don't want to take what he said, where he said out of context. But the idea is if you do want to have better health, then speak about yourself having better health. Don't speak about yourself having the illnesses. Oh, yeah, I still have this and I still have this and my leg is still hurting. Talk about, I've now been able, my leg is wonderful. The pain has removed. It happened so miraculously. I don't even know how the pain went away and how I started feeling so much better, but it just happened so easily for me. So the more that we change our mental diet to match what it is that we really want, the faster these things are going to come to fruition, because that's the way the world works. Anyway, with that being said, if you're interested in grabbing a white light blessing on July 9th, please email me, Elly at ellymolina.com. And like I said, there are a couple of slots left for this. And I wish you all a happy, happy, happy new moon, create magic, wonderful weekend. And we will come back together on Wednesday, July 14th. Same time, same place. Send in your questions. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love to you all. Bye.